Alright guys, I'm going to be doing a comparison of my favorite tactical flashlights with larger sort of heads. So these are a little bit more difficult to pocket, but still doable, and especially if you want to get that extra range, that extra boost, that lumen boost. So coming up first, I've got the Acebeam P16. People were asking about this one and getting me to compare it. So this is how you go. This is on the turbo mode. I'm just going to cycle through the different modes. So 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it's basically just 4 modes, and that's the highest turbo mode, and very, very impressive. And I really like how far that hotspot projects out to, and you've got, it's quite a large hotspot as well compared to some of my other flashlights with smaller bezel. Okay, reaching all the way out the back there with no issues, and lots of spill as well here on the ground. Okay, probably the third mode. I mean, the third mode is still pretty good, as you can see. It reaches out the back, no issues at all. But fourth, I mean, that's very impressive for such a small light as well. Coming up next, I've got the Nextorch TA30C Max, and that there is on the highest mode. It's got the XHP 50.3 high, and of course it is producing a lot more light. It's 3000 lumens, and it's using an orange peel reflector, so you do get the benefit of the throw in the center of the beam, but at the same time you get the benefit of this lovely spill and the diffused hotspot, so it blends more nicely into the spill. Okay, so this does have probably a more overall balanced beam. Okay, also got strobe mode. If you press, you can go through, cycle through the different modes. So that's low, low, medium. Okay, medium's pretty decent as well. Okay, then you got high. Okay, and wow, great tactical flashlight. This is one of my favorites from Nextorch. Beautiful beam. Alright, coming up next, I've got the Nikon P23i, and that's on turbo. And I mean, look at that, SFT70. This is like a stronger version of the P16, but it does use a normal reflector, a smooth reflector. Okay. And one thing I like about this light is that it is able to maintain its brightness. It does ramp down quickly, but it doesn't ramp down to, say, 20-30% of its output like some other lights. So this does get pretty hot after some time of use on this mode, but of course you can switch the other modes. So, you know, just going down the different modes to show you. Okay, like that. Great hand warmer on a night like this. And this is for those of you who just want that. Definitely, it's more catered towards throw, maybe like 65-70% throw, and the rest of it just flood. Alright, so I've got the Army Tech Doberman Pro, and that's on the highest mode, as you can see here. Lovely beam. And one of the most comfortable lights that I've actually held. I'm not sure what kind of LED is in there. It's some kind of proprietary LED. Great visibility out all the way through the back of those trees still. But there's not a whole lot of spill, as you can see. Okay, really not a whole lot of spill. So if you need something that produces light so that you can see into your peripherals, it's probably not the light for you, but it does have a nice focused hotspot, and everything within the beam of light, even the spill, is very, very visible. I've got the Phoenix TK20R version 3.0, This comes with the SFT70 and lovely beam, as you can see. And one thing I love about Phoenix is that they just produce, I mean, the beam profile is just incredible. There's no, I mean, there's no artifacts in the beam, you know, no ringiness on the edge of the beam as well, like some other flashlights. But they're still using smooth reflectors. So the beam kind of reminds me a bit of the P23i. The P23i, though, does have some better throw to it. These are some other modes, so first, second, third, fourth. Fourth mode's pretty good. And of course the highest turbo mode there. This one does ramp down pretty quickly within 30 seconds. As it, with the SFT70, gets pretty hot. Okay, but look at that. Very impressive beam. Even on the third mode as well, like I was showing you before. Sustained output. Phoenix PD36R Pro, and great throw as well, and it has one of the smaller bezels out of all the lights I'm showing you tonight, but it still is able to project that beam all the way into the distance quite easily. Okay, but it does ramp down at about 30 seconds. So go through the different modes. Low, you know, that's low, medium, high. Okay, so there's actually 5 modes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the highest. You know, got sort of activate that tactical switch on the back as well for momentary mode. But 1, 2, 3, 4. Even that 4th mode. Look at that. Turbo. Alright, Olight Warrior X3, and also with the SFT70, but this one has some serious throw to it, and the beam is probably one of the nicest beams that I've seen on a flashlight. It's just so crisp, that hot spot in the center. I don't know how else to explain it. The spill is perfect as well, no artifacts. And go into the medium mode here. There's only 2 modes, low and high basically, so that one and then that one. So there we go. Even low reaches the back of those trees. High, look at that. Simple light to use as well. Nextorch T10L tactical LEP light, and let's put it on the highest mode. There we go. This thing is incredible. One of the longest throwing lights I have, but there's just no spill, as you can see. Very bright hot spot. You can see into the trees and all the little details. And from the distance as well there, that tree in the clearing. It's more of a spotting kind of flashlight. And let's go into the other mode. So that's like the low mode here, and even on the low mode, look at that, you're still able to hit those trees so easily out in the back. Medium, tactical tail switch. High. So if all you want is just throw and something fun to play with, or you're using it for spotting, long distance spotting, great, really great light. You also got strobe mode on it as well. You just mash that end button really hard. I mean, the end button just activates turbo, and then a full press, half press to get the highest mode, and full press to get strobe. So I think that's one of the best tactical interfaces, UIs that I prefer that anyway. In a tactical flashlight, makes it very easy to use, intuitive in an emergency situation. Okay, Nextorch T20L. This is the big brother of the T10L, and look at that. This thing produces 900 lumens and quite a large hotspot. It even produces a little bit of spill out here, tiny little bit of spill. Not much, mainly just that center beam. LEPs don't really produce, they're not known to produce any spill at all. But look at that, it's hitting that tree all out in the clearing. It's very easily, look at that, absolutely amazing to use. And the beam is just, it sticks out in the middle of the night like this. Quite incredible. I'm actually going to go for a little quick walk at the front, but I'll show you the different modes. So there you go, you kind of got these two other modes: high, medium. Medium's still pretty good, and low. Low is, yeah, you can still see kind of what's going on. It reaches the back, but there's not a whole lot of light there. Strobe mode, okay. And I've got a bonus light as well. This is the Convoy L21B, and it's got an XHP 70.3 high. And look, it's not marketed as a tactical flashlight, but you can set one of the modes, programming it to 100%, and have that activate always on 100%. So I think that's pretty much as close as a tactical style light as you can get. It does have a larger head though. The Convoy do have a lot of other hosts like the M21B that do the same thing, the exact same sort of UI. So look at that. I mean, that is amazing. XHP 70.3 high. This produces the most light, full stop, out of all these flashlights. Okay, but again, it's not a tactical, not kind of marketed as a tactical flashlight, but doesn't have a momentary mode, half press, but full press. If you program it to 100%, will always activate this highest mode. Okay, just like any other of these 12 mode Convoy flashlights. So if you're looking for a very effective, cheap, tactical style light, any of these Convoy lights are a great, absolute great bargain, and so cheap. They're so cheap and they perform incredibly. So there we are. And that's it.